Before we get started, I just want to mention that this episode is brought to you by Hired.com. Use Hired.com/Jailbreak podcast to get 5 to 15 job offers in San Francisco, New York, and Los Angeles, and also get a double signing bonus of $4,000 when you accept a job by using the Hired.com/Jailbreak podcast URL. So thank you, Hired.com, for sponsoring this podcast.
Thank you, Hired.
Yeah, thanks, Hired.
So this is episode 67, which is like a huge milestone.
The big 6-7.
It's significant for so many reasons. We can't even name them all.
So hopefully this episode lives up to the hype surrounding the episode number. It's July 29, episode 67 of Let's Talk Jailbreak.
There's one downside to me getting a 4K monitor. One major downside, actually.
What's the major downside?
And it has to do directly with the podcast. Well, since I have this monitor, that means I have my mechanical keyboard hooked up. And you know what that means?
You can't type quietly.
Exactly.
Do you have a mute button?
I don't.
Really?
I do, but it's very, very awkward to use. I just prefer never to use it.
That's terrible, man. I can't imagine not having my mute button. I mute myself 20 times a podcast at least.
Oh, we know. Yeah.
Oh, we know. You just go quiet in the middle of sentences. Just
Yeah. So, like, you can hear it, right?
Yeah. Oh, no. We can definitely hear you typing all the time.
It's 'cause I try to be like really, really slick about it, and yeah, it doesn't work out very well.
Maybe just for the occasion, just get your Mac keyboard.
I could, but
it's
kind of awkward.
It's kind of a pain.
Yeah. It's kind of awkward.
I feel like your 4K monitor is the new Galaxy 5. Like you try to bring it up in every episode at least once.
You think so?
It feels like it's been in every podcast episode since you got it.
That's just how I am, man.
You know what I love about my 4K monitor, guys?
Let me tell you about this monitor I got. So, of course, this is Let's Talk Jailbreak, so we're free to talk about whatever we really want. So I could talk about puppies right now, and it would be fine. But we're not. We're not going to talk about puppies. We're going to talk about jailbreak news and jailbreak tweaks. And the first piece of news here is that Activator received a major update with new icons, developer APIs, and more.
You really want to underline and more. I don't know if you guys have seen this change log. It's insane. This was kind of a nice surprise last night. Ryan Petrick just tweeted out. He goes, Activator 1.9 is now live in Cydia. This is the biggest update, the largest update in over a year. So, and this thing was monstrous. There's tons of fixes. There's tons of new features, kind of a new look to it in terms of new icons and things like that. So have you gotten a chance to play with this new stuff yet, Jeff?
Yeah, I've been playing with it for quite some time now because I'm a beta user.
Oh, beta. Yeah, you're on his
kind of like
beta repo.
Yeah, I don't know. That makes this kind of sort of like, it's cool.
Anticlimactic?
Very anticlimactic because I've been enjoying the new icon. I've been enjoying all the new features for some time now. But for the mainstream users, those who don't use the beta repo, this is a huge surprise.
Right, because that's open to everybody. I've used that before. Ryan Petrick's personal repo, and then you can do the beta activator from there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But
I'm super confused because I'm pretty certain that I was using the beta package for a while, and then today I received an update. Well, I believe my beta repo was updated yesterday or a couple of days ago, and today there was this update, and then I proceeded with it, and I see that now Activator is now on the Big Boss repo.
Yeah.
But I mean, my beta Activator is gone. It's nowhere to be found. It's been automatically, what I'm trying to say, I guess, is it seems it's been automatically transferred to Activator on Big Boss repo.
Probably because it matches the, it's the latest version.
Right.
So it just grabs whatever's latest.
That's what I figured, but I wasn't sure. And then Activator beta is gone from Ryan's repo.
Well, that would definitely explain it then. Like if he deletes his beta from the repo, then I guess the hook is to go out. The next, task is to go out and check the default repos, I guess. I don't know how that works.
I guess maybe you can make like a what do you call it? A reroute, or I'm looking for a word here. A redirect.
Yeah.
From like you remove the repo, the package in the beta repo, and you said whoever is trying to hit this, move them back to Big Boss over there.
Yeah, and it probably has the same like bundle ID, and that would definitely cause it, I guess.
Right.
I guess they use bundle IDs. I don't know.
Activator is such a gigantic tweak. You can
there
use
could be
so
an
many
ultimate
things.
guide on it by itself.
You really could, honestly. I was thinking that you could write. I've seen you do these longer posts for iOS, like the different apps and stuff. You could definitely make this into a long, lengthy post about everything you can do with Activator. And
it would probably be longer than any iOS.
It would be 20,000 plus words. It'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, because the possibilities are almost not endless, but you have probably thousands and thousands and thousands of different possible combinations.
Hundreds of thousands.
Probably millions. Probably like a billion combinations.
Quadrillion.
Probably like quadrillion of possibilities.
Plus 1 times infinity.
I mean, even just looking, if you look at this change log, it'll blow your mind at the things it's fixing and the things it's added. And you're just like, it's all this stuff times 100, like, I don't know. I get overwhelmed looking through the app, to be honest. Anytime I've ever thought to myself, okay, Cody, you're going to set up some really handy gestures or whatnot to make your workflow easier. This is the day you're going to do it. And I open the app, I look at it, I start sweating, and then I have to close it because it's just that overwhelming. There's so much stuff to do. Because even if you don't see something, you can create a custom event or a custom action, and then you got to go on from there.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, so who wants the job of reading every single change on the air?
New button icon setting for home screen actions and building icons for many action. That's what we should do, actually. We should highlight it and have Siri read it. Many new developers API, custom editors, and ask Siri custom action. Better UI for multiple assignments.
So, to the man who wants the deals.
7.1, 7.2, now it's 6.
Going once, going twice. Cody gets his deal. Awesome.
It made me think of how they read, when they're infomercials at the end of a commercial or infomercial at the end. Void where prohibited.
or they pitch you like this amazing drug that's supposed to make you feel so much better about your arthritis or something, and at the end you have this guy speaking so fast telling you, but by the way, you might actually
all the
die.
side effects. Yeah.
Side effects include loss of life,
diarrhea, vomiting, and loss of life.
Please alert your doctor if you are sneezing for longer than 6 hours. But yeah, man, I mean, I think people would just get bored if we read this entire changelog.
Yeah.
So I know we had some people asking, Jeff, for maybe you to cover some of these new features in a video. I don't know if you plan on doing a video. It's just such a daunting task to look at Activate. I mean, I don't think we've ever done like a full Activator review, have we?
No, but what I usually do is just with every upgrade, make a post on. And every major upgrade. Sometimes there's really like incremental stuff.
So do you plan on doing one for this one? To kind of run it down a little bit, or?
I don't know. Like, it probably won't have time in the next month or so.
I gotcha.
But there's other guys that are working. Maybe they will. I would like to. My whole goal was to actually do a ultimate guide for Activator.
Right.
Because I think a lot of people would benefit from that. I don't think most know how deep this tweak is. Like, they see it installed by default with some of their other favorite tweaks, but they don't really go into Activator and play around with it and see how like the possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
It really is probably the deepest app available on Cydia. I don't think there's any question that it's the deepest.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't question. If I was a betting man, I'd go all in on this being the most in-depth tweak there is.
Definitely.
So,
yeah.
And it's free. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
It's completely free. Anybody can grab it. There's one banner ad at the bottom, but can't you get rid of that by?
Yeah, you can just make a donation. And what, do you want a pro tip? It's not so much of a pro tip. It's a tip that Ryan himself gave before.
Is it the tweeting? Yeah, is it if you tweet it out?
I don't know if that works, but Ryan said before that, and I'm sure he's not going to be mad at me for sharing this because I think he shared it recently again on Reddit. So it's not like it's a secret thing. One day, he told me one day because one day I was like, I wish you made a paid version of Activator so I can pay you and not have these ads again. He's like, have you noticed there's a donation button at the bottom? And I was like, I've never noticed. So I went in there and made a donation, and I said, great, you should have received something from me, like go buy a cup of coffee or something, go buy a cup of tea or a beer. He's like, I don't drink beer. So I said, go drink some coffee. I don't drink coffee. Okay, go drink some tea. Go buy a Coke, anything. And he said that you can press the donation button. Hold on, let me go in there to be sure that I know what I'm talking about here. Hold on, where is it? Donate. Okay, there's a donate, contribute via PayPal. It takes you to PayPal, and you don't have to complete the transaction. It's just going to remove the ads.
Oh.
So basically, making a donation doesn't really change anything except you're making a good deed and you're rewarding Ryan for this awesome tweak, which you should do, really, if you have the means to do it. But just pressing the make a donate button removes the ads.
Yeah, please don't just press that and not actually donate.
And there's also,
like,
I think there's something about the tweet, if you tweet about it or something like that. I'm not sure about this one.
I was thinking somebody had said that before, that there's a heart icon right at the top of the main menu of the tweet. There's a heart icon. If you tap that, you can tweet out that you're using Activator. And for some reason I was thinking that got rid of ads, but maybe not.
Do you guys use Activator at all?
Yes.
I have before, and I've set up my own custom actions before, but I actually had to download it for this post. I had to because let's see, when the iOS 7.1 jailbreak came out, I updated to that and I re-jailbroke, and I've only been running like 2 or 3 tweaks since then. Aki, and man, that might have been it for a while. And so I just added this recently, and I think I'll keep it for a little bit because I think, again, I'm going to try to eventually customize some things to my liking.
What are some of your just Activator gestures, Jeff? Do you have any good ones?
Well, my go-to is like the double tap on the status bar for any kind of tweak review I'm doing. I'm sure you guys have seen that one before.
Yep.
I don't know why I chose that. I guess it's just like out of the way and doesn't really, I mean, who does that normally, right? Like when you assign a gesture to like the home button, obviously there's a greater chance that you're going to activate that because you're always pressing the home button. But the status bar is like, rarely do you double tap on that for anything. I don't think any other action will require that. So,
well, I'll be honest. I do that when I want to scroll up, like have a page or
that's
have an
right.
app.
Yeah, you're right about that.
And I think sometimes you can tap it once and it'll do it. But I typically have a life proof case on, and it doesn't always read the first tap, so I got to do it twice. So
yeah,
that's.
I also use a triple press of the home button while the device is locked on the lock screen to initiate a respring. I find that works pretty well for me. So anytime I want to respring, I just know I have that. I can always just triple press the home button. And there's also times where I'll assign a screenshot action, or assign a gesture to a screenshot action, because in some circumstances you can't take screenshots. Like if you're in the right circumstance where perhaps an app, uses the home button for something. I don't know. I can't think of any circumstances right now. But for instance, if you're at your lock screen and like the power off option is up, you can't take a screenshot of that, I believe. Let me try it right now. So I'm at my lock screen on the slide to power off menu. And yeah, you can't take a screenshot of that if you try to do so because it's, ready to power off. Right. So what I have to do is assign some sort of like alternate activator gesture to be able to take a screenshot of that. So I'll do like a press on the volume keys at the same time or something like that, because there are some tweaks that actually modify, and I just had one recently actually that modify the power off screen. So if you want to take a screenshot of that, you gotta kind of have a workaround in order to take a screenshot. So Activator is just a huge part of my workflow. Period.
Right. This is one of those times where I wish we had forums. I mean, I don't like anything else about forums, but
if you go to Reddit, there is a plethora of suggestions, and I was actually just in it right now.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
And
I'll have to check that out. It'd be cool to see what other people are using Activator for.
I just think IDB needs its own forum. I really do. Like
you say that, but there's so much work on the back end that it's just like
we had them. We had forums.
I know, but those were terrible.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how they looked. The problem about it was the spamming, which you can't do anything about. You can do put a bunch of things in place. There's always going to be something new, and then it's so much moderation time. It's just insane. And then you're going to say, well, you can find some moderators. Yes, you can find them, but then you have to trust them that they're going to be sticking around for a while, or else it's a huge waste of time. You have to find someone, teach this person what to do and how to handle things, and then how the system works. And then if you spend like a month teaching this person, on and off, obviously not a month, 8 hours a day, and then this person like goes
come
back
to moderator
school,
class, son.
If this person goes back to school or gets a job or I don't know, just disappears, then you spend a lot of time you've wasted a lot of time for nothing. And I know because that happened before. I've lived this before, so
right, but obviously it can be done.
It can, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there is some very successful forums out there like ModMyEye and Mike Rumor's forums.
I just think that it would be, I don't know, just that community aspect. It's, and maybe this is more appropriate for offline discussion, but I think, Let's Talk Jailbreak users want to hear this sort of thing. The community aspect is awesome. Like there's no other, you can have a chat room, you can have comments, but there's no replacement for like a real tried and true message board or a forum where people have ongoing conversation. You can go back and research other conversations, what worked for this person, what worked for that person. And just overall like establishing a sense of community, because I think there is a sense of community with IDB, but it's not as rich as it could possibly be.
I agree with you, and I totally agree with you. Now, if there was a lightweight software that we could set up that would make moderation easy, that would have maybe even an iPhone app that you can moderate and everything on the go and not have to log in through a very heavy admin panel like we had before, like I think it was PHPBB. This thing was
horrible.
This thing was horrible. A nightmare, right?
Yeah, and it's open source and it's
confusing, so complicated.
Yeah,
super complicated.
I see why you hate forums.
But something like a Reddit rip-off software. Like simple. There's just one room, and there's not 40,000 rooms. It's just one room. And I don't know, that sounds like something like Jailbreak QA. Something like lightweight.
Yeah. I mean, even if it's just like, all right, there's a jailbreak section and there's just a general iOS section and a Mac section. I think that would satisfy, the needs of most people, just those three sections there. I don't know. I just think like it's unfortunate that so many people, not to disparage Reddit at all, because that's a great site, but it's just unfortunate that there's a lot of audience there that I think belongs here. So I don't know. I was just thinking out loud.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. These people belong here.
I got an idea. We'll build the forum into the iDownload blog iOS app.
The one that you're building? Oh, no, you're doing a browser. I forgot.
Well,
that's the first version.
We've been talking about this and asked about it a lot by readers for a long time. So I thought, yeah, we'll just put them both together. We'll combine both of these kind of dream things together.
Anyway, I'll get off my little silly soapbox. Yeah. But I just love forums.
I want to share some of my Activator gestures.
Oh, please. Share your gestures.
Be my gesture.
I pronounce it correctly now. Thank you.
You did. I'm sure still in the back of your head, it's still like, I'm going to say gesture, but I know they're wrong. It's not pronounced like.
And I still get people who tweet me, like somebody tweeted me the other day, it's a board game called Gestures, and it's spelled like that.
Oh, man. So let's see what kind of I don't have many Activator gestures. I really feel ashamed, and I would probably benefit from one of these ultimate guide for Activator, because seriously, sometimes I have no idea what you can do with Activator. I have no idea how deep it is and how far it goes. So here are some of my gestures here. Explain, what is this? Oh, it doesn't say anything. Oh, there's no header. I don't know why. I guess it's a bug in the... Oh, I think that... Oh, up short. Oh, yeah, I have my byte SMS, of course. Gesture. If I do a short hold on the volume up or volume down buttons, it launches Quick Compose. So I just do a short, press and hold on the volume, and the Quick Compose window shows up. From screen top left, what is this? At home screen in application, at lock screen. Oh yeah, from screen top left, what is this? Slide-in gestures? I have no idea. See, there is no header. I think there's a little bug in here. It doesn't tell me what it does. It just says the gesture, but not. Okay, I activate the switcher from screen bottom left at home screen. If I slide up from the bottom left of the screen, on the home screen, it's gonna activate the app switcher. Pretty much like Zephyr. I've got my byte SMS Quick Compose. Here they are again. I don't know why they're duplicates. Okay, this is my favorite ones. I have set up some do not disturb, turn on and turn off do not disturb on schedule. Did I mention, I don't know if I might have mentioned these before. I probably have mentioned that I wanted a tweak to be developed that would do this. You know how you have do not disturb, it's either on or off. You can't say do not disturb between these hours. Actually, you can, but it's everything or nothing. It's every day or no day. And what I want to do is have different do not disturb hours for weekdays and weekends. So you're able to do this in Activator. It took me quite a while, actually, to set it all up. But now it's set up that every day is a different... do not disturb schedule. This is pretty cool. I have, if I double tap, that's your favorite, Jeff. If I double tap the left status bar,
right,
it's going to lock my device.
Why do you choose to do that?
Because my power button it's working, but it feels...
You have an iPhone 5, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I had my iPhone 5 replay. Was it the 5 or the 5S that I get replaced?
Oh, it's the S that has the power button issue?
Yeah. Mine.
Really?
Well, I think I get my iPhone 5 replaced because of that too before.
You get the whole thing replaced?
Yeah. They said, yeah, here is a new phone.
Wow.
I was like, okay.
My wife needs to do that. Hers doesn't work at all.
Well, is it still under warranty?
Yeah, it's Apple Care. She has Apple Care Plus.
Then, I mean, yeah, go for it.
But you have to pay that deductible, which is... Ugh.
What, $50?
I think it's in it. Maybe it is 50. Is it 50 or 100?
I don't know. I don't get Apple Care.
Yeah.
Gosh. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, have your wife go check it out. So because my sleep button iPhone 5s is getting a little weak, I can tell it's getting weak. I don't want to abuse it. So double tapping the top left, the left side of the status bar locks it. Because I lock it a lot. I've noticed that every time I use my phone, instead of putting it down on the table or putting it back in my pocket, I always lock it, no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like a reflex. Like, I'm done with it, I lock
just
it.
Habit, yeah.
Yeah, just a habit, yeah. I have a fingerprint. I have a Touch ID. If I put my left index anywhere on the home screen or lock screen or in application, it's going to launch the Pebble application. And I'm doing this because the Pebble app, to work very well, has to be running in the background all the time. And this is the best way to launch it without going into launch the Pebble app directly. So I just have this thing, I just put my finger on it and boom, it launches the app. I close it right away and it's good for 12 hours or so. Okay, here is a cool one. Well, not so cool, but the other day it freaked me out because I have totally forgotten about this one. I have Siri say that this iPhone has only 5% of battery left when I reach 5% of battery.
It is cool.
Yeah.
It is.
So if I'm at 6%, as soon as it hits 5%, the phone is gonna say, this iPhone has only 5% of battery left. For some reason, it's super sped up. Like, it's super fast. And yeah.
Do you have video pace?
No, I don't have it anymore. I don't think it's related to this. I think I've seen people complain about that before. So
it's funny. Do it again.
This iPhone has only 5% of battery left.
You sound just like it.
Yeah, and it sounds evil.
Yeah. The other day I freaked out. I was in bed and this thing was on my nightstand. And it just said that. I was like, what? And then I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. I have this thing going on.
Speaking of that, I'm sorry to interrupt you again, but do you use the Hey Siri? Oh, no, that's for iOS 8. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't have iOS 8 on my daily device.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's jailbroken and I want to keep my jailbreak. So
there's a simpler jailbreak tweak though, wasn't there? OK Siri or something like that?
Yes, there is some. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a jailbreak tweak for that. It's gonna take like this Hey Siri is gonna take I think a minute to get used to.
Just gonna have to remember that it exists.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you're gonna have to keep in mind that it's something you can do. And the phone is pretty much plugged to my computer all day when I'm at the desk. So it's going to be plugged and I'm going to be able to take advantage of it. But then it's going to be a matter of remembering that I can do this, which is going to be the hardest part. But that's a cool feature nonetheless. My last activator gesture is if I double press the home button at lock screen, it unlocks the device. So I don't use Touch ID to unlock the device. And I don't have to slide to unlock if I don't want to. Most of the time I do, but sometimes I just I grab the phone and it's in my, I grab it in my pocket and as I'm taking it out of my pocket and bring it in front of me, I double tap and I'm here already on the phone. Yeah, no, it's convenient. Some people might think it's going to damage the home button faster. Which, I mean, it's probably true since I pressed twice as much as I should on it. But I don't worry too much about this. The phone is under warranty.
So this is your iPhone. Does it have a passcode on it?
No.
No, okay.
No, but I use, what's it called? Pastime or what's it called? Where is it? All right. It doesn't have settings. That's why I can't find it. It's just built in the settings. This tweet by Julian Weiss. I can't remember the name. I'm looking for it right now. I think it's pastime, no? Or no passcode or something. That sets it's pastime. Customizable passcode requirements. So my iPhone requests my passcode or Touch ID every 12 hours. So if you steal my phone, you have at a maximum of 12 hours to be able to do whatever you want with it. After that, it's going to be locked.
I guess I could just go into Cydia and disable.
Or you can do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I should put a passcode on Cydia. But then you can put it in safe mode. So basically, it's useless.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's it. That's all my. Not many of them. I mean, I feel kind of ashamed when I looked on Reddit at all these possible things you can do, and I know there is so many things you can do. It's just a matter of having a need for them.
That is crazy. We've been on this call for almost an hour, and we've only talked about Activator. Isn't that insane?
And we haven't even really gone into depth on it. We've just been talking about what we use it for.
That's crazy.
Well, let's move on then. Next.
All right. So you want to talk about the best jailbreak tweaks for the music app?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Well, I added this to the show notes. This was done by, I think one of our newer writers. He's been, how do you pronounce this name?
Ali Hassan.
Yes. But I thought this write-up was really good. There were some of these tweaks that I wasn't super familiar with. And there's some really good ones in here. It's basically, he put together a list of all the best tweaks for the music app in iOS 7. So if you use the music app and maybe not necessarily Spotify or some of the others, this is a great list. You got to take a look at it. There's Mini Player, which is a classic. That's by Shernix. And was it Impow?
Pow.
Yeah, Impow.
You got to say it like that.
Right?
Pow.
Every time I see this name, I'm thinking like I see the little fist emoji, like the punch emoji punch. Every time I think about that.
And then there's Musics, which is actually a lot like Mini Player, but it's in a banner notification area. Ario, that's one that I've used personally. I like it a lot.
That's what
it gives
I use
you a really nice album view, and then you can do next up, and there's a couple other things. Colorize, which lets you it'll customize the UI of the now playing screen in the music app based on the artwork. Articon, this is one I was not super familiar with, but thought it was pretty cool. It'll actually change the icon of your music app to whatever your album is. So it'll show album artwork, and then it'll even change the title to whatever the album you're listening to.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Pluck, this actually is another cool one. This lets you access your entire music library from your lock screen. So if you are, so let's say you do have a passcode or Touch ID and you don't want to have to go through all that to change to the next song or skip ahead to several songs and not just keep hitting the forward button. This is huge. You touch this icon on the lock screen and it'll show you a list of all your songs. So I thought that was pretty cool. And there's a couple others in here, either for customizing the way the music app looks or adding functionality to it. Again, it's just a great list for anybody who uses, and some of these I think work with Spotify and some of the other music apps,
right.
But especially for music app users, you got to take a look.
Yeah, it's a good post. And he has good taste in music too. Paramore is that's one of my favorite songs.
This comes from the guy that plays Lady Gaga on our live stream shows.
I'll play other things too.
He's like, leave me alone. I like some Gaga.
Equalizer Everywhere is one of these two. Oh, maybe it's on for later, right? Yeah, so we can keep it for later. It is for later.
Yeah, that's another one of these, but because it's newer, right? So we were just going to talk about it in more length, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's funny though. Spotify just released an update that they have built-in equalizers now.
Right.
That's pretty cool. Huh. So, yeah, check that post out. Good job. Ali Hassan? Pronounce it right?
I think so.
Yeah, good job. Kudos.
Do you use any of these, Jeff? Or you're a Spotify user, so you probably don't get down on many of these.
I don't really. I like Pluck. That's a good one. Articon is pretty cool. They have the little album artwork, but I use the music app a lot now. Ever since I did that Ultimate Guide, I've kind of switched back, and I no longer pay for Spotify either. So I do use Spotify's free streaming option on the iPad, which is still super cool.
See, I've said this before. I purchased quite a bit of content from iTunes Store, so that includes music. I've got several albums purchased, but I've recently kind of got into the Beats music app, so I use that a lot. But I think I saw maybe it's Articon or maybe one or two of these tweaks actually works with other music apps, so I need to try that.
Yeah, free is good for me. I'm all about that. So,
well, I'm on a 90-day free trial, so
that's not bad.
I'm right in the middle of free.
Yeah. And now, do they ask you for your credit card information?
Oh, no, not at all.
Oh, cool.
I'm an AT&T customer, and Beats had that kind of special relationship with AT&T to the point
where they will charge you automatically without asking for your credit card.
I think it'll start showing up on the bill in
extra features, right. premium features.
I start getting text messages.
Thank you for subscribing to Beats Audio.
Yeah, because actually, I think they're going to charge me start charging for like a family package, $15.
That's actually a really good deal if you have a family. Like if you have 5 people in your family, that's an awesome deal because normally this would be like $9 times 5.
Exactly. Yeah.
So $15 versus $50.
And as a side note, I mean, this Beats app just got a really good update yesterday, adding a lot of new features. But as a side note, their library is huge. I've been really impressed. I know they were kind of late to the game in terms of streaming services, and people don't think that they've got the size of libraries that maybe a Spotify RDO does, but I haven't had any problems finding songs.
Not a fan of the interface, I have to say.
I don't mind everything. I mean, I'm cool with everything except for when you start having to skip forward in songs or turn the volume up, it's got that kind of rotary knob that I'm just not a huge fan of. But everything else, that's fine. I mean, I can see where you're coming from. To me, it's reminiscent of Windows Phone, where you just kind of look at it and it's just kind of everywhere, and you're just like, "Whoa, tone it down."
Yeah, I don't like how you tell it what mood you're in. I just don't like don't tell me what I want to listen to. I'll tell you.
I'll tell you.
Who do you think
I don't
you
use any of the cure. It's funny because if you remember when after the Apple purchase, you remember on stage, Eddie Q and Jimmy Iovine were really touting curation features. I haven't touched those. That has nothing to do with why I like the Beats app. So,
okay, well, let's move on. Let's talk about some jailbreak tweaks.
Well, did you want to do
before we should take a little sponsor break and talk about our new sponsor. Jeff. It's called 1 Month, and it's for people who want to learn how to code. So there's a lot of people who want to learn how to code, but they don't really know where to get started. Like Cody, for example, he's wanted to learn how to code for a while, and he's always complaining about he doesn't really know where to start. 1 Month Rails is one of the easiest way to learn how to code for about 30 minutes a day for 30 days. So it's kind of like a project, a 30-day project. A 30-day course. Every day you have a new course, and the goal of the course is to have you build an actual web application starting from day 1. And at the end of day 30, you should have your web app ready and working. I actually looked into it. I didn't want to talk about it without looking into it myself. So I looked into it, and their little 1 Month Rails project is a Pinterest clone. So for 30 days, you're going to be working on building this little Pinterest clone, which at the end of the 30 days will be completely working with sign-ins and sign-ups. And I mean, that will be a working clone of Pinterest. That was kind of impressive, actually, to be able to do so much in 30 days. And again, it's about 30 minutes a day. You don't have to do it every day. If you don't want to, you skip a day and you can come back to it the next day or something. Everything is, clearly labeled and you can follow through very easily. So it's hands-on exercises and trainings, step-by-step guides. And something I thought was pretty cool, actually, was that you actually get support from a live person if you need help. If you get stuck in one exercise and you don't know where to go from there, there's a support feature which lets you get in touch with an actual person who's going to walk you through the process and tells you what you can do next, etc., etc. So you're going to learn plenty of things during these 30 days. You're going to learn Ruby on Rails, HTML, CSS, S3 from Amazon, and plenty of other stuff. Obviously, you're probably not going to be completely proficient in all of that, let's be honest, but it's going to give you the basis for you to get going and get you on the right track. So now if you want to look more into this, you can enroll now at 1month.com/letstalkjailbreak. Again, it's 1 month Rails, 30 minutes a day for 30 days, and you'll be able to build your own web app. The enrollment is typically $99, but if you join now, you'll get a one-time discount of 25% off for joining. And, as always, you're helping us, Let's Talk Jailbreak, by supporting us. So again, go to 1month.com/letstalkjailbreak and sign up and get going. And maybe you can help us out create a forum or something in a few months from now. That'd be great. So thank you very much, 1month.com, for sponsoring this episode of Let's Talk Jailbreak.
It's worth pointing out that it's you spell out one, O-N-E month, and not the number one.
Right.
I mean, I'm not sure that's super confusing, but I mean, it's worth pointing out so you go to the right place.
Yep.
The website's actually super cool. I'm looking at it right now. Just looking at the like my schedule. Okay, I've actually enrolled in the 1 month Rail course, and day one it says it takes 7 minutes to complete. It's an introduction. It's not meant to be overwhelming. Day 2 will take you 18 minutes to complete. Day 3, 10 minutes, and so forth. So it's not you're not even spending 30 minutes every day. You're spending little chunks of time. They gradually get you familiar with all the different pieces here. And then, like Sebastian said, at the end of it all, you'll have a working web app. So I can't think of anything simpler.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah. If you want to learn how to code or how to create your own web app, I couldn't think of a better way to do it, especially if you don't have any kind of expertise or any kind of experience. You don't need any experience. So awesome. I might be checking this out myself, actually. We'll see. We shall see.
Oh, using my lines, huh?
Oh, I'm telling you,
you gotta stop doing this, Jeff. This is not going to fly with me. It's flying with Cody. It's not going to fly with me if you start taking my lines. Well, what's next on the docket?
Mikoto is like Springtomize for apps. So this is a tweak that allows you to customize a variety of different apps. It's like sort of like a grab bag of different features and things you can adjust. So there's settings to alter your Springboard, YouTube, settings, Google Maps, Facebook, and even some apps like Trillion and Campus Portal, which I would think would be obscure to most users, especially like Campus Portal. But you can go in and alter different little features. For instance, like with the YouTube, you can enable the ability to select your bitrate. Even if you're on like a cellular LTE connection, which normally YouTube doesn't allow you to do, it locks you in at whatever it wants to. But with this, you can choose high quality settings even on cellular connections. Or there's other things like with the Springboard, or just with the settings, for instance, you can go into the lock screen and make it so that the clock always appears on the status bar, even on the lock screen. So little features like that, just subtle changes, and it's kind of random, to be honest. But it is a free tweak, and it's like a grab bag, like we said, of different settings changes that can alter the look and feel of various apps and features on your iOS device.
A lot of people noticed in the comments that it's pretty much, it reminds you a lot of Flex.
Yeah, I can say
the tweak that lets you, but this one apparently has a nicer interface since everything is with on and off toggles. So you don't have to really dive deep into it. It's just on and off buttons. So, it looks pretty cool. Nothing that I would really want to use. And a lot of these are actually standalone tweaks as well,
Yeah.
And I must say, it kind of looks like a little messy.
The best thing about this tweak, in my opinion, is like the little header image at the top of it. It's kind of cute, little anime character.
I was sure you would like this actually. When I saw this, I was like, "Oh, Jeff is gonna fall for it."
Really?
Yeah, I know you like that kind of stuff. The Japanese, you like Japanese stuff.
Yeah. That's my favorite feature. What do you think, Cody?
It feels like we touched on this last week, and you kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. You said meh. You were like meh. And so I know if Jeff's not getting hyped for something, it's definitely not worth it.
Yeah, it's free though. You can find it. It's not on any default repos. You'll have to add. It's a developer, Angel X Wind. So her repo address is on the post on iDownload blog. But she's a really good developer, and she has tons of different tweaks and stuff to try out if you add her repo to your Cydia sources. So even if you don't try Mikoto, it's worth adding her repo. All right, so let's go on to a new Jailbreak tweak called Scrub Radio. Allows users to get rid of iTunes radio restrictions.
It's always very touchy when we talk about these tweaks because I'm never really sure. Obviously, we're against piracy, but like with these tweaks, I'm like, is this piracy or not really? Because you don't pirate anything; you just remove ads and stuff.
It definitely feels like a gray area. I know exactly what you're
there's a gray
about.
area here. I'm not, I don't feel like it's piracy because you don't download the music illegally to your phone. In this case, what you can do, you can scrub through the song, which is really cool, by the way, because you can't do this on iTunes Radio. If you want to, scrub back 30 seconds or scrub forward 10 seconds or whatever, now you're able to do this with this tweak. But it also removes the ads. And that's where the gray area could be coming into play, I think. But then I was thinking about it. I was like, it's not like website ad blockers are illegal. And it's pretty much the same. It basically block ads. So,
yeah.
So I don't know.
It may be ethically like a little questionable, but I mean...
Well, and it's not like, you can get rid of those ads by being an iTunes Match subscriber, but it's not like... you're getting a paid version of iTunes Radio for free. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I agree with Sebastian here. I don't feel like I'm pirating, but there's definitely something sleazy feeling or gray area about this.
So why would you use this over iTunes Radio Unlimited? I'm confused. What's the benefit of this one?
Can you scrub?
With iTunes Radio Unlimited, I don't think you can scrub.
Yeah, I thought that was the whole point of it. Like,
no,
I thought it was just
unlimited
skips.
So you can skip. Yeah.
All right. Well, there's definitely another tweak out there that does scrubbing because I remember reviewing it. So I don't know if that was it. Let me search IDB real quick.
Bing, boom, bing, bing.
iTunes Radio scrub.
Man, is there a helicopter going over your house, Jeff?
No.
And it's just you typing?
Oh, whatever. I know that there is a tweak that allowed you to do that, but I'm not finding it right now.
I remember. Are you sure it was?
You sure it's iTunes Radio?
Yeah, I'm 100%
LS
sure.
scrubbing allows you to scrub music from the lock screen?
No.
That was a year ago.
No, this was not that long ago.
Well, I think Google would have found it. I don't think you might have not reviewed it, Jeff.
Yes, I remember actually doing it, and I was like, "Well, that's one of the nicest parts of this tweak is that you could scrub."
And what was it specifically for iTunes Radio?
Yes, specifically for iTunes.
So
Radio.
if we go to the tag page,
I know I've already done that. Beat you there, but it's not pulling up.
You have iTunes Radio plus Jailbreak app and tweaks.
Just iTunes Radio. Maybe Unlimited does it. Let's see.
Oh, typo. But this app, let me see. One thumb, how to enable unlimited skips. That's what it is. On iTunes Radio Unlimited. In that game,
No, I'm telling you, there was definitely, like, I remember absolutely talking about, all right, I was like, this tweak has a nice side benefit. It allows you to perform scrubbing, which you normally can't do in iTunes Radio. And I don't remember what the tweak was, but maybe it was another tweak period that was for like the music app. And it just, as a side effect, it allowed you to scrub. But I know for sure that this is not the first tweak that allows you to perform scrubbing.
Well, maybe not.
So if anyone is listening and you know what this is, please let me know because it's really killing me.
So iTunes Scrub Radio does scrubbing, remove the ads, and lift the 6-song skip restriction.
You know who would hate this tweak?
Who would hate this tweak?
TLC.
No scrubs.
No scrubs. Wow. The scrub is somebody can't get no.
Apparently, stupid joke section is making its way to LTJ. Wow.
You gotta admit that was funny.
And what's really crazy is I'm having deja vu like you made that joke for another tweet.
I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest.
Okay, how much is Scrub Radio?
How much do you have?
How much do you have in your pockets right now?
It's free. It's completely free.
$7 and a button.
No, it's free in Big Russ repo. And it works good. I tried it yesterday. I tried scrubbing because I'm a iTunes Match subscriber, so I don't have ads to begin with, so it's not a problem for me. But I did try the scrubbing, and it works.
We be scrubbing?
Yeah. Scrubbing.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm actually kind of jumping ahead. I'm looking at the next tweak on our docket called Smart Search. Smart Search spices up the Spotlight search in iOS 7. This is a really cool tweak. One thing I have to say, though, like this, Ali Hassan.
Yes.
He performed a search on YouTube with Jeff Benjamin, and there's apparently a channel. I don't remember having this channel, but there's a Jeff Benjamin channel with like 4,000 subscribers and 34 videos and 1 million views.
And it's definitely your avatar.
Yeah. So what's up with that?
Or maybe could it be a fake?
Or a fan? Maybe just a fan site?
Maybe it's me and I just forgot. Maybe it was like one of my Amazon bloggers.
Right.
Or maybe you can post your shady videos there.
Oh, it's Kindle. It's my Kindle blog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, that is funny. Okay, so this is a cool tweak. It is actually really cool. I really like this. Basically, spices up Spotlight search. You can perform searches like for the App Store and Google and Spotify, YouTube, Wikipedia, all from Spotlight search. And it's dynamic, so it pulls in all the results like right there on the fly when you search, which is awesome.
And so you tap like whatever the icon of whatever you want to search, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking at it now, and yeah, you're right. That actually is pretty cool.
It's impressive, and it's $249 on the Big Boss repo, and I think it's worth it.
I think it would make me use Spotlight for once. Yeah,
it's sort of like, iOS 8 has an updated version of Spotlight, but I don't even think it's this cool.
No.
At least not yet. Will developers be able to add extensions for Spotlight?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
That would be awesome, though. Imagine searching like the IMDb app or something.
Or the IDB website. Just restrict searches to Google for IDB.
Yeah, that would be cool. I don't think the Spotlight search really works yet in iOS 8. I've been testing it.
I think you're right. I was trying it the other day for apps and stuff, and it wouldn't work at all.
Yeah, like it doesn't even pull up like App Store. Like if I type in GarageBand. Oh yeah, it does now. Well, no. Yeah, kind of. It kind of works, but like the description's blank and it's kind of clunky looking.
Very beta.
Very beta. Shame on you, Apple.
That's so beta. Is that the new term? New saying?
You're so beta, man. Please don't make that catch on. Man, she's real beta.
My car was acting super beta today.
We're gonna make that. All right, let's make that a trend.
Yeah, I feel it coming.
So beta.
Your face is really beta.
Oh man.
Is that the beta version of your face?
Dude, you guys are so beta, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Oh, wow. That escalated quickly.
I'm out of here.
Tired of your beta conversations. Okay. So, yeah, 249 on the Big Boss repo.
I like it. I might have to check that out.
Yeah, do that. Okay, next one is Better Wi-Fi 7.
Sebastian.
Dude,
I totally
give him 5 copies of this.
Better, all I saw was better Wi-Fi, and I was like, Sebastian, I don't even know what this tweak does, but 4 of them.
Do you want a Wi-Fi update or what? Should do the Wi-Fi intermission? Well,
yes, please update
the
us.
Wi-Fi broke again this morning. I wrote it down because I'm going to start tracking the times just to see if there's a pattern. It happened at 9:55 a.m. and it happened again at 10:18 a.m. So it happened.
Oh, that explains it.
So far I haven't been able to figure out the pattern or anything, if any. But okay, I did something else, which hopefully will fix my problems. I disabled Wi-Fi on my iPhone 5S. Okay, if someone hears this right now without hearing the backstory, you'd be like, what? What does it have to do with your Wi-Fi network not working? I don't know. That's the answer. I don't know why, but since when my Wi-Fi network goes down, since launching my iPhone 5S going on Safari or Mail or anything internet related on my iPhone 5S kickstarts again the Wi-Fi, I'm thinking my 5S might be responsible for something in here. Maybe it's possessed.
Hey, question.
Yes.
Okay, on your Apple Airport Extreme router, are you using a 5G network?
No.
Enable your 5G network.
I tried to do that yesterday. 5G won't even make it upstairs. If I'm downstairs, it's fine. If I'm upstairs, there is walls and there is distance, and it's not going to work. I know because I tried.
Okay.
Yep. So I turn off Wi-Fi on my iPhone 5S. I'm thinking that it might be responsible if the phone can get Wi-Fi back on for some weird reason. Then maybe weird, I'm thinking maybe there's been something like I don't do restore from backup, so I know it's nothing related to this. But with all the jailbreak tweaks, and the other day I was having problems with Bluetooth settings, like it wouldn't forget Bluetooth devices on my phone. I had to put it in safe mode, remove the Bluetooth devices, and I still have Bluetooth problems with my phone right now. I can't pair my smart balance. My smart scale, it just doesn't want to pair anymore. So I'm just hoping now, guys. I'm just hoping because hope is all I have. You don't understand.
I can't imagine. That's got to be so frustrating. I get frustrated when mine goes down for 30 minutes or an hour, but for it to keep happening.
Right. So I put my 5S in. Not airplane. It's not in airplane mode. I just disabled Wi-Fi. So no more Wi-Fi on the 5S. And I'm going to do this for a few days and see if it makes a difference.
I feel like by the time this is all over, Sebastian's going to have like a whole room dedicated to his study of his Wi-Fi network. You're going to see like a big corkboard with like a picture of the prime minister of Malaysia, like on one end, with yarn connected to the other side. He hasn't showered in weeks. He just looks dirty and miserable.
I think yelling at my wife and my kids when they start like coming in the office. Get out of here! I'm about to solve the problem.
His number spreadsheet crashes because it's so full of times.
It's got to have something to do with 1015. 1015.
Dude,
he's in a rocking chair, rocking back and forth.
Right?
10, 15, 10, 15, 10, 15.
No, honey, I don't have time to sleep. You don't get it.
Dear, what does the Prime Minister of Malaysia have to do with your Wi-Fi going down?
Well,
it's all connected.
Flight 1015. 1015 is the time it went down. Just like the flight. You don't get it? Don't you get it? It makes so much sense.
He has like this yarn. Just follow the yarn.
I totally see it, Cody. I have such a good picture of what you're describing here. That's so funny.
Oh, yeah, that is pretty funny.
Well, it's good to be able to laugh about such things because it is incredibly frustrating.
Dude, it's either I'm going to laugh about it or I'm going to cry about it. So right now it's fun. I'm laughing because the rest of the day I'm going to cry.
Well, Better Wi-Fi 7 is a really cool tweak. And there is a lot of, I guess, recent Wi-Fi tweaks, like Vestigo was one of my favorite ones. It was awesome. But this one's a little different. Allows you to do some other cool things. There's a really cool option that I like. It's an option to show only open networks.
This is cool.
Yeah, because like if you're in another country and you're walking around and you don't have cellular for whatever reason, you're not a T-Mobile user and you don't get free cellular data in 200 other countries, then this is cool because it allows you to only see the open networks and you're not frustrated. You see all these networks and they're encrypted. This only allows you, will only display the open network so you can connect to one of them and have internet. And then there's some other things like passcode locks, and there's the ability to add pull to refresh the Wi-Fi networks like the Mail app or Twitter. And there's the ability to show network encryption, the MAC address, the exact signal strength. So it's an interesting tweak. It gives you some additional options. It's sort of like Wi-Fi for power users. And it's really neat.
Yeah, there's another feature that's pretty cool. It allows you to view a list of previously joined networks with their passwords directly from the Wi-Fi settings.
Yeah, sort of like Vestigo. Yeah, you can probably copy, I guess, the password.
This is cool if if you're somewhere like at your friend's house and someone says, "Hey, what's your Wi-Fi password?" You can say, "Hey, this is it."
Right.
Kind of thing. This is pretty handy.
If question: your neighbor's Wi-Fi. Or...
Yeah. Question: do you guys set up guest networks on your routers?
Yeah, I have one, but I don't know what it does really. I don't know why I have one, like, because I can't even, I guess I can't, you can, on Airport Extreme, you can set like time limits and stuff like that, but it's still, you can't like say, you can throttle the network,
Yeah.
So it's kind of useless to me.
I like it just because it allows people to connect to your network, and you can set your own password for the guest network so that they're not knowing your password or your primary.
Yeah.
And there's some other things you can do with it. And we often have friends stay with us, so we always, have that guest network available. In fact, we have some friends staying here now who are using it. What about like guest mode on your Mac? Do you have that enabled?
I think I don't.
Okay.
I don't think so.
That's kind of cool. I think it's an underused feature. Like, I guess most people have computers these days and they're not asking to borrow yours.
Right.
So it's kind of...
I'm upset when someone uses my computer. I'm not going to lie. Seriously.
That would... Why? Why does it make you upset?
Because it's my computer and it's... and I don't have anything really personal.
Right.
Everything is personal. It's my stuff, like pictures and stuff. It's just... I don't want people to touch my computer.
It's like an invasion of privacy?
Yeah, kind of. And it doesn't have it. No, again, it doesn't have anything to do with privacy. It's not about what they access. It's, I don't know.
Well, it is kind of. I don't know. It is kind of what they access. You don't want them going into your spreadsheets and looking at invoices and things like that. Yeah. That would be. That's why I like guest mode, because it allows you to any user to log in. It's completely quarantined off from the rest of the system, and when they log out, everything's deleted.
Right. You mean jest mode, right?
Yeah, just mode.
Hey, that's awesome, guys. Jeff, how many times do people use your computer? Is that pretty frequent?
No, but like a lot of times we probably have maybe 10 times a year we'll have a guest stay with us, and they, sometimes they don't have computers, they need to use it, and I'll just let them use it and just log in with guest mode. But a lot of times they're on my guest Wi-Fi network. So I keep that running. And I used to do it like I would only allow certain MAC addresses to connect to my Wi-Fi network, but it just got ridiculous and hard to manage. I used to assign like every device on my network with its own IP, static IP.
What does it do? What's the benefit of that?
To have a static IP? Well, you know the IP address of that device at all times. So, for instance, I know my MacBook or I know my Apple TV for sure, regardless if I reboot my router or what, is going to be 10.0.1.18.
But what's the benefit of knowing that?
You can always SSH in, and you always know the IP address.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
you have... Oh, go ahead, Sebastian.
Question about setting a 5G network downstairs. Can I... you can take a box in airport utility and say, create a 5G network, and it basically creates the same network as your main network, and it has a 5G at the end. Would I be able to AirPlay from non-5G to 5G? For example, I would put my Apple TV on 5G because it's right next to the router. But my iPhone wouldn't be a 5G because I sometimes go upstairs and I don't want it to hang on 5G network if it's like super low. Now, would I be able to
sure you can
from 2.4 normal network to 5G?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah.
So it's considered the same network.
Yeah, I believe so because, for instance, I'm doing it right now with my my Apple TV. I don't know if it's connected to 5G or if it's connected. I don't think the first gen Apple TV 2 had support for 5G networks. I don't believe. Do you know?
I wouldn't know.
Let me let's find out right now because we can do what we want on this show. Let's switch over input source. Hopefully this doesn't kill the podcast.
Oh, Jeff.
So switch over to HDMI on my, it's fine. All right. So I'm on my Apple TV now and I'm going to go to settings and just see what network I'm connected to right now. General network. So I'm on the 5G network with my Apple TV 2. So yes, it is 5G capable.
Okay.
And I'm connected on my iPhone on my normal network, not 5G. And right now I'm going to open up AirPlay. Yep, I'm connected. So yeah, it works.
Cool. So I should put, because 5G is much faster. Well, it's supposedly faster, right?
I really don't know. I think so, but I think it has more to do with the fact that it's on a different frequency. So that frequency isn't as crowded as the normal 2.4 gigahertz. Yeah. So I think that's mainly, I think the Airport Extreme is just faster, period, because it's 802.11 AC capable. Unfortunately, I don't think, is the 5S AC capable?
I think so.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, because it's rumored for the iPhone 6, I think.
Okay, yeah. But for instance, the MacBook Pro allows you to have 802.11 AC, which is cool because you get better throughput, basically. So, yeah, it wouldn't hurt to try that, Sebastian.
Yeah, I'll try it. It's not going to fix my Wi-Fi problems, but...
I'm sure we'll get someone saying... Yeah, you're wrong, Jeff. You didn't do that. In fact, I have some follow-up from a reader or a listener for Let's Talk iOS regarding my talking about the handoff and how that works over Bluetooth. And actually, he corrected me. It's Wi-Fi.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. Maybe Bluetooth still have something to do with it, but he was definitely right as far as it does use Wi-Fi. So, alrighty. So better Wi-Fi 7, $1.50 on the Big Pulse repo.
Next.
Equalizer Everywhere makes it possible to adjust audio in any app because it works across iOS on its, core audio layer or, its main audio layer. So it basically allows you to access an equalizer from the settings app. You can also open the equalizer via Control Center by swiping on the music player controls. and adjust all the different equalizer knobs and faders, and that will affect whatever's playing. So if you're listening to Spotify or the music app, you can quickly adjust the equalizer, and you can set presets as well and adjust to those presets on the fly.
Here's a crazy question. What if I'm what if I'm just in the YouTube app? Would it does it adjust like the entire system volume at once, or does it really save settings per app?
No, it's it's like a blanket thing.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
And I guess for the normal person, what are the benefits of this? Like, why would let's say I don't even have like a really good pair of headphones. Let's say I just use the normal earpods. What are the benefits of this?
If you just use the earpods, the tangible benefits aren't going to be nearly as great. Obviously, you will hear some differences between like full bass and, I don't know, flat, for instance, or pop.
Those are the only ones I can ever tell the difference on is when I like change it to bass heavy or whatever that is.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you have like a serious audio system, or even if you're just playing over AirPlay to your speakers, you'll be able to tell the difference to a greater degree. But if you have like a really good audio system, or to an extreme level, if you have a amplifier connected to your iPhone, which can connect your pair of headphones to it, your headphones are driven by a tube amp, for instance, which some users do. I mean, people who really care about audio quality,
audiophiles, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to notice a difference for sure. Like there's no doubt. And it can make or break your music experience, especially if you're driving a pair of headphones with an amp.
So this lets you change, like if you want a little more treble, if you want a little bit more mid, if you want some more bass. You can also tweak, what is it when you choose like pop or, I mean, it just tweaks the tone, right?
You're asking the wrong person.
You're supposed to know this, Jeff.
I don't care enough about listening to music like that. I'm not an audiophile. So I care that the podcast sounds good,
right?
To a relative degree, but I'm not like one of those audiophile people.
I have a pretty serious set of cans.
What do you have?
I was just kind of kidding. I have Sennheiser HD 555. They may not be all that now, but they were pretty cool when they first came out. I've had them for a few years now.
55.8, 558.
Maybe.
Are they open cans, or are they closed?
Open.
Okay.
Like huge earmuff style.
Right, and then you can hear like stuff around you, right?
Yeah, it's not. There's no noise canceling going on.
Oh, well, that's cool. I kind of like the open because it, like, if my wife's calling me or something, I can still hear her.
Yeah. Plus, like some of those with the what's it called, with the noise canceling, it suctions your ears. Like it gets I know at least with like some of the Bose headsets, it can get really intense. They're really trying to block out that sound.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Yeah. So, but for podcasting, you kind of need closed.
I have a couple of different pair of earbuds that I usually listen to podcasts with.
Yeah.
But
so this is Equalizer Everywhere. It's $1, or no, not $1, $3. If you care about audio, obviously this is going to be something you want to check out, and it's available right now on the Big Boss Repo.
But if you don't care about audio, that's something you don't want to check out.
And just to mention, there are equalizers for the stock music app that you can access in the settings
app. Yeah, I've messed with those before.
So if you only listen to music on the settings or on the music app, then you already have those equalizers available.
There's a built-in music app in the settings app.
Yeah. The only thing is you don't get like actual faders on the EQ for the music app. They're just presets, so it's not like you can go in there and fine tune these things to a real granular level. There's tons of presets in there, but it's not completely customizable. All right, so this isn't really a tweak per se. It's more of a Mac application. It's called Torrent TV, and it lets you stream BitTorrent. What do they even call those things?
I think they're called torrents.
Torrents?
Yeah, but there's like is it a magnet? I don't know. Like, I'm not a torrent guy, so.
Mirror magnet.
I thought it was a magnet. I don't know. Who knows?
Maybe
trackers.
Right. Maybe it is magnet.
It doesn't matter.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Those things you download to watch stuff that probably is questionable and you probably shouldn't do.
Not all torrents are questionable. Or
yeah, magnet links. That's what it is. Or torrent URL links. So basically, it's an application that runs on your Mac, and you just drag. I mean, it's really dead simple. You drag a torrent link into this box, or any local torrent file into this box, and it will stream immediately to your Apple TV. Like there's no
downloading
if it detects an Apple TV on your network, it connects to that Apple TV and it will just start streaming to it immediately. Like as soon as you drag it onto it. It's pretty cool.
That is actually pretty
cool.
It
is pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's just like you drag it and all of a sudden your Apple TV just starts playing this video.
So again, it's not downloading it to your Mac or anything. It's literally just streaming.
It just streams.
I don't know. I think it does actually do some sort of downloading. I believe because there's actually, I think it does download the torrent to your Mac. It downloads the file to your Mac as it streams.
Well, I mean, does it just do that for the magnet file, or am I going to see? Let's say I stream 10 shows. Am I going to see a folder with 20 gigabytes?
Let me just test this out right now because I think though,
it would be magical if it didn't download the entire. That'd be super cool. But I mean, if it just downloaded it, maybe its ease of use would be a reason to use this over other stuff, but.
No, it's actually downloading it. It looks like it is anyway. I'm looking at it right now and there's actually like a folder called torrent stream, but it's in a temporary directory. So it only downloads it to a temp directory. And I guess that directory gets purged after
that makes sense.
certain time. Like if I close out of Torrent TV, oh yeah, it's still there. Yeah, it's still there, but I guess it gets purged after a certain amount of time.
Or maybe a reboot or something.
And maybe it's not the full file, right? Maybe instead of like a normal 1.6 gig for a TV episode, maybe it's compressed or something.
Looks like it's the full thing.
Oh,
well. It looks like. I mean, I've played like 10 seconds of it, and it's already like 40 megs. So
I was trying to give it the benefit of the doubt, because I mean, otherwise you could just honestly, there's apps like Plex and other stuff where you could just download the file to your hard drive and stream it to Apple TV that way.
Yeah, but this is like a quick, easy, like all you literally have to do is drag a link and bam, it plays. There's no configuration whatsoever.
I guess.
So you don't go into any menu bars and say, all right, here's my Apple TV, point to this Apple TV. Here's the IP address of the Apple TV, or I need to download this file first before no, you just launch the app, you drag the link to the little placeholder on the app where you just drag it to, and it starts playing absolutely immediately.
Okay, I see. I definitely see that benefit for sure. Huh. Is this a paid app or what's the story
free.
on this? Oh, okay. Probably not in the Mac App Store. Just a guess.
Not yet anyway.
No, that's not something Apple just gave the thumbs up to and said, we'll put it in our featured section.
Torrent TV. Steal all the movies that you could normally buy from iTunes.
So, I mean, this doesn't involve an iOS device, and there's really no hackery. Like your Apple TV doesn't need to be jailbroken at all or nothing. This
doesn't seem like it to me. Yeah, now, of course, my Apple TV is jailbroken, but
is it really? Do you still use that on a daily basis, like the jailbreaks type stuff?
Not on a daily basis, but it is nice for like TV episodes every now and then, or if I need to watch some live TV, I'll do that.
I gotcha.
But my TV is so terrible. I'm so mad at Samsung. It has like just black lines all through it. And I refuse to replace it. I guess I probably should. So we don't really watch TV because you can almost not see it.
Oh, that's
It's almost so bad. Like there's just tons of black lines.
Don't you have several TVs though?
No, we only have one. We don't watch TV really.
Okay.
So
Is this an older TV? Is that, I mean, not under warranty probably or anything like that?
It was just out of warranty when it popped up. Popped up. Yeah. It was like 1 month out of warranty, and then I got my first black line. I think I actually tweeted about it, and I was really upset. And I was like, there's a black line going across my screen. And now there's like 100 black lines going across, and it'll just keep happening until the screen's completely black.
Hey, speaking of major purchases, how long ago did you get your new MacBook, your 15-inch MacBook?
Yeah.
Hey, were you bitter at all about that?
You have 14 days to return it, so get on it.
I don't have 14 days, actually. If it's open, the place that I purchased it from, if it's open, then yeah, you're done. But the good news is they did refund me like $70 today.
Just because of the new release or what?
Yeah. Well, they had dropped the price of their current Macs.
Right.
And I went up there and I did a little price match and they sent me $70.
Man,
it's kind of frustrating, but actually my Mac was already super cheap to begin with. It was already cheaper than, because it wasn't a normal like off the shelf Mac. It had 16 gigs to begin with,
right?
And it had I think the second processor, like the second fastest processor. So it's still faster than the Macs that are like $199 now, $1,999 now.
Well, they're the same price. The one that dropped in price was the second tier 15-inch Retina, which I think is your model.
Yeah,
it dropped $100, but if you got a deal on yours anyway,
and it's still cheaper. It's still cheaper than.
It did get. I mean, these Haswell processors, newer Haswell processors, are supposed to be a little bit better, but.
Yeah.
I see people who still have first gen Retina MacBook Pros that are still holding out. I think next year is supposed to be the big processor bump.
Well, I plan on keeping this for like the next 5 years or so. So I don't really care too much.
You say that.
It's eating him alive. Just like my Wi-Fi
really
problems.
I cried this morning. I can't lie.
Dude, return it.
Like you have third or fourth computer in the last 6
Return
months.
it and get.
I can't. If it's open, you cannot return it. That's their policy.
So you got it from like a third-party place, not an actual Apple store.
Yes.
Oh,
that's how I got such a good deal.
Right.
Yeah. I don't care. I mean, I'm fine with it. Like 1 gigahertz is not going to kill me.
But I mean, if you're going to keep it for 5 years and you're just
it's killing me.
A week away from getting a newer model.
It is killing me, actually. It really is. I'm dying inside right now.
How can I do this to me?
Oh my gosh.
There's a lot of crying today.
Wow.
A lot of crying on the show today. It's okay. It's okay. You get a new one in 5 years. It's okay.
Okay.
He's like literally talking him down on air.
All right. So I think that wraps up the show.
It does.
I think so, yeah.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
It's always funny because there's so much pessimism before our shows sometimes.
Well,
and then it turns out to be great.
It's just, if there's not a major news item, like, there's not a Sork post to talk about or like a major new Jailbreak release or major even tweak release, you look at it and wonder what the show's going to be like. But yeah, we always end up having like.
Has there ever been a bad show? I mean, there's maybe been like two bad shows.
Well, and it was a bummer today because we tried to do a live show, right? We were all set for the live show. We had people in the chat room, and then the server, or the host that hosts our server, their network went down or whatever happens in the back end there. I don't know how any of that works. It could be little elves running around with like little wires.
So I think we're going to a different solution.
Yeah,
going forward.
We apologize. We love doing the live show. We know you guys like it too. So we will try to figure out a better way to do that. And I mean, honestly, this is the second or third time it's been down in the 30 shows we've done. So we try to do it every week.
I'm kind of excited about trying out the new streaming option.
New streaming option? Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the interaction with the audience.
Yeah, that's the best part, I think.
That's fun. I do like the IRC though. I like having like the power, and I think that's part of it. I'm just
you like being able to slap people with trouts.
Yeah, it's something. It just makes me feel so special to have that little A next to my name. I wake up for that. Okay, so this has been Let's Talk Jailbreak, episode number 67, the big 67. Sebastian has something to tell you.
We want to thank our sponsor, Hired.com, for making this episode possible. Use Hired.com/Jailbreak podcast to get 5 to 15 job offers in San Francisco, New York, and Los Angeles, and also get a double signing bonus of $4,000 when you accept a job by using the Hired.com/Jailbreak podcast URL. Thank you very much, Hired.com.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hired.
What about we meet again next week, same time, minus an hour, so maybe we can start on time. Okay?
I'm cool. I'm with that.
I'm good with that too. All right, guys. Thanks for being here, and thanks for listening. See you next week.
See ya.
Peace.